Hello world, welcome to the After Campfire Show. It is I, Henry, your guest. What the? Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I just try to do something unique every time I do one of these. Anyways, welcome back, Internet and Sam the man, dude. So, dude, why did you have a knife during your video? That was a little weird and scary. I don't even know what you're doing. You're like cutting at like a plastic square or something. It was weird. Are you whittling? What are you doing with your life? I don't understand. And by the way, I'm not gonna let you have your glory. In your video, you pointed out the fact that I forgot to answer my own question last time. I'm sorry, but I noticed right after I posted, and I talked to you about that, and you still made fun of me in your video. Rude. So anyways, really quickly, I'm gonna answer that one question first. Favorite video game character? That is really hard question to answer because I like video games a lot. So I'm gonna break this up in half as Nintendo characters and not Nintendo characters because I play a lot of Nintendo games. So as far as not Nintendo characters, it has to go to Ratchet. Well, Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is my favorite game that isn't like a Nintendo game other than like Portal, but I'm not going to give it to GLaDOS. I'm sorry, GLaDOS, you are hilarious, but this goes to Ratchet. He is hilarious, quirky, and he's one of the only characters that's like his game is one of the only games that's being converted to a movie that actually deserves to be converted to a movie because their games are that funny and have that good of a plot. As far as Nintendo games, I was thinking of characters from like my favorite series like Link, I love the Zelda games, Pikachu, I love the Pokemon games, Robin, or the Avatar from Fire Emblem Awakening, because that game was amazing, or Ness, who's like my Smash Bros. Main from all the like 4 games, even though I never actually played Earthbound for more than like 5 minutes. But I realized I have to give it to the champion himself. I have to give my favorite video game character to Red. And no, red is not just a color. Red is the Pokemon champion. Red is the protagonist from Pokemon Red and Sword of Pokemon Blue. And he is a BAMF. He's basically Ash Ketchum if Ash Ketchum was actually competent and knew what he was doing with his Pokemon and actually succeeded more often. And he is awesome. So anyways, now that I've answered that old question, I should answer the other question that I asked you, that you responded to, which was what chess piece would I be, including what color it would be. And unlike you, I know you chose black, you like to observe before you react. I'm not usually as patient. I mean, in some situations I am, but I feel like in general I'm probably more of a white piece. I just go first, see what happens, then I'll react. So it's not that I don't want to see the reaction, it's that I don't want to wait. I want to test the waters, see the reactions, then I'll go from there, judging by what my opponents do. Anyone who's actually played me in chess knows that I'm usually a very defensive player and I'm really reactive, but I still like to go first to sort of like knock a little to get a like specific reaction out of the player I'm playing against. So I chose white, but also like since I am kind of like a person that like marches to my own drum beat, I like do things a lot differently than other people do. I was having trouble deciding between if I should be a knight or a bishop, because they go in kind of weird directions and not like very normal things. But since bishops are pretty predictable, they still only go diagonal, like they have a very strict guideline, and knights can bounce all over the place. I feel like I'd be a white knight, because honestly most people don't really understand how my mind works, because I just, in some ways you can call my mind inefficient, and sometimes I just take huge shortcuts that other people don't get. I just do weird things in my mind that a lot of people don't get. You get them for the most part. But yeah, I think a white knight would be what describes me the most. So, that took a little while to answer my own questions. I should probably answer the question you gave me, which was, I'm not really sure. You gave me 2 questions, sort of. But, okay. So you said, what is my favorite period of history? Like, where would I want to go? Like, what period of time would I want to go to? But you also said, what historical figure would I want to meet? So I don't know if those have to be the same. Like, I have to go to the period on where that person lived in order to meet and talk to them. Because I feel like if there's 2 main areas of interest I have. So I really like medieval times, but I also really like the Roman era, like the high times of the Roman Empire. In fact, that's the area I would choose, and I would want to like interact with, I don't know, just all the nobility, and because I just feel like the Roman Empire was a time when technology kind of, it was increasing, but it could have taken a leap to like almost like the modern, not the modern era, like the industrial era, if just like a few key moments had happened, and also probably if they didn't have slavery, but that stuff happens. As far as who I'd want to meet, I don't know, like so a lot of the great scientists of our era. This is a question that it's really hard for me to think about. Like, I mean, I don't know. You're more of a history person than me. I like to look towards the future, which is funny because I was going to ask you a question just like this instead of saying what century would you like to live and where would you want to go in the past, I was going to say, would you rather go to the past or the future, in neglecting all like health risks and stuff. So I was like, I wanted to see if you'd be more curious to see what happens to society, which is what I would probably be more interested in seeing, or the past, which I feel like is possibly more what you want to see. I don't know. I guess I should bring up, I guess that question shouldn't really, I mean, I'm just not going to use that question anymore. So I guess I should probably ask something different. But since I'm talking about the future, I want to ask you a question about future and robots and stuff. So, currently, in the past, like all of human history pretty much, we've slowly been creating machines that have replaced humans' physical labor for the most part. But now machines are finally getting to the point where they can replace humans' mental labor. Like, you don't need a receptionist, you don't need people doing busy work. You could have machines do that stuff. You only need people to do the really, really creative things. So, do you think menial jobs... Oh man, this is really ridiculous to ask on this, but what do you think is the future of society in the sense of, do you think everyone's going to have a job? Because we're not going to need them as much. Like, we need food, we need technology, but we're not going to really need to make them as much. Or, like, so, not like, a little bit like WALL-E. Like, we could kind of just, like, relax if we wanted to and have, like, machines take care of everything. But you will still be able to get a job or just explore what you're interested in. Or do you think that that's not going to happen? Like, it's just going to be like the same thing. Jobs are like how jobs are now are pretty much how they're going to be in the future. You're just going to have a low level job and just increase. I don't really know. I want you to tell me about the future. What do you think is going to happen when and robots get almost as smart as us, if not smarter? Are you ready for the singularity? Are you ready for the Terminators? It's the apocalypse. Let's get busy. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why you get busy in the apocalypse. You kind of just die. But robots? Robots are cool. I hope you enjoyed that little dance. And I'll see you later.